Hey guys, it's Mike here and welcome to another video. We're going to be bringing you today talking about Dragon Ball Super, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about Goku, Vegeta, and their basic power at this point in time, and the question of why hasn't Goku surpassed Beerus and even Whis yet? And to join me for this, someone who's really good at power scaling just like myself, and you can go check out our other video over on his channel, in which we explain Hit's power, how he increases in strength, and what he really has going on for him. And his name is...
Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh from Dragon Ball Nation. What's up?
Yeah, so basically today we're going to be talking about this because for every single person who has seen the most recent episode of Dragon Ball Super, I'm sure there's most of you right now, Goku reveals that he has a new technique, and that is the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. The Kaioken on top of that, and basically Goku explains that the Super Saiyan Blue is able to regulate ki to such a degree that he's able to finally use Kaioken on top of it because, you know, if he used it in any other form, he would die. Like, he would explode with his power because it was too unstable. And of course, we did see them use it in the filler with Pikkon in the Afterlife tournament, but in the actual story of Toriyama, he says only Blue can use it aside from the base. And basically, Goku started off using a 2 times Kaioken, but then he jumped up to 10 times for this fight against Hit, but we're still led to believe that he's weaker than Beerus, Whis, and basically the gods in general. And why is that, Josh?
Toriyama, in a very recent interview with Tortaro, he said that he does not plan on having Goku and Vegeta surpass Beerus anytime soon.
And does that make any sense?
No, but the one thing I could see maybe being a possibility is he's talking about like a normal Super Saiyan Blue Goku, not necessarily counting Kaioken, but I want to add Beerus's intense shock. Not obviously when Beerus is very shocked in the episode, not saying that, you know, that makes him automatically stronger than Beerus. It's just saying that, you know, Beerus is very shocked at his power, and I mean, we've talked about this off there. We've talked with Big D, aka Geekdom 101, about this tons of times. Going back to the Battle of Gods stuff, I don't know if you want to cover this or not right now, with his interview during the release of Battle of Gods, where he said that on a scale of 10, Beerus would be a 10, Super Saiyan God Goku would be a 6, and Whis would be a 15. And based on stuff that was in the film, Goku was, I don't remember the numbers, but they gave, you know, percentages. Making those percentages, it would put Goku at around 60%, lining up what Toriyama said. Now, I don't think any of those numbers were directly mentioned in Super. What they said in Super was Beerus says, I'm going all out now at 100%, and then after the fight, we know that Beerus was holding back, as Whis and him talked about on their trip back to his planet.
Yeah.
None of those numbers were stated in Super, but we also, as we talked about off air, Mike, Vegeta forced Beerus to use 10% to, like, flick him out of his raging form.
Yeah, like, there are a lot of people who say it was just to flick him, but at that point in time, like, Vegeta did seem like he calmed down considerably from when he first started off the fight against Beerus. Like, he was shocked that his attack did nothing to Beerus, so he seemed like he was pretty much done. So I don't really know if Vegeta was still as strong as when he first snapped during that point in time.
He cooled off.
But I feel like...
That's what people don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Beerus was implying that basically he was only using 10% during the actual fight period, and Vegeta was down a little bit. I mean, he still could have used the 10% to flick him and beat him, but it just seems like if Vegeta was 10% when he was in rage against Beerus, or even if he was 5%, after pretty much 5 years at this point of training with Goku, you know, on Beerus's planet, and then in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber for 3 years straight, Super Saiyan Blue should at least be 10% of Beerus at this point in time, and then you add the 10 times Kaioken on top of it. You know, even if we throw out that Toriyama interview that the creator himself said, the fact of the matter is that Goku should be at least equal to Beerus right now, and that's significantly lowballing it. So how the hell is Goku at this point in time not only stronger than Beerus, but also Whis, and couldn't, you know, mop the floor with them? I don't understand it.
And I don't see a whole lot of people really probably questioning us on this, you know, disagreeing, because it seems pretty obvious that a 10 times Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue Goku would be stronger than Beerus, and maybe even Whis, unless Toriyama, you know, this is more specific to Whis, because we have no comparison of Whis' power in Super.
Yes.
Let's say Toriyama either forgot, which is incredibly possible, or just disregard, because the story's being altered in Super for Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. He does not care about the old interview where he says Goku's a 6, Beerus is a 10, Whis is a 15. Disregarding that, Super Saiyan God would have to be at least, you know, maybe 30-40% of Beerus. We don't know. Like you said, there's no way Goku would be anywhere less than 10% of Beerus as a Super Saiyan Blue with the Time Chamber training. And even going back to that Toriyama interview, when that training was going on in the Time Chamber with Goku and Vegeta, going back to that old interview with the power scaling, they even should have been around Beerus, if not stronger, even then. That's just our critical thinking, you know, with our common sense. But after this Kaioken though, I don't care who you are. There is literally no way that it makes a bit of sense that Goku would not be stronger than Beerus. Maybe Whis is being, you know, buffed up a lot in Super in terms of how Toriyama's writing his character. We don't know. But Beerus still put out a lot of energy against Super Saiyan God Goku. Scaling up and using your brain, it's pretty clear to see how close Goku would have been after all this training, not to mention the Kaioken. Now, the way I see it is I think Toriyama hopefully is not counting Kaioken when he says that they don't want Goku and Vegeta to surpass Beerus. And I say this because he says Goku and Vegeta, as in, to me, I'm kind of tweaking this in my own preference and to make it make sense to me, saying that their normal Super Saiyan Blue state is not going to be stronger than Beerus anytime soon, which is just my tweaking of it. I know I talked fast there, hopefully people followed, but that's kind of my general thoughts on it.
I mean, I do like that, though, to be honest. Like, I do like that if basically they're near their limit of power, like, before they went to the time chamber for 3 years, Vegeta said something along the lines of how, you know, they were nearing their limit, like, in terms of how strong they could possibly get. And then when he was actually talking to Kabe, he said, you know, this is the form that you can unlock if you unlock your full potential. So that to me seems to imply that basically they're going to have to use technique and different abilities like that to surpass Beerus and Whis, you know, because they're never going to do it with raw power unless there is a possibility that if they decide to become the God of Destruction, maybe Whis would transfer energy to them. I still don't really understand Whis' offer, because either Beerus is going to die really soon of old age, or Goku and Vegeta are somehow going to become immortal through Whis. Like, I don't really understand how it
Mike,
works.
I don't want to cut you off here. Just it's something that I remember from like the Time Chamber episode where they trained. This is something that I know our good friends Dino and Danny were, I think, getting wrong. I mean, I think people just didn't see it. What I remember seeing was, I remember when Vegeta says, you know, we're at our limits, basically. But when they went into the chamber, number one, I mean, I think it makes, you know, aside from honing their techniques, you can kind of look at it in a couple ways, but besides honing their techniques, there wasn't a whole lot of reasons, I feel like, to go into the chamber. But when they were in there, Goku was talking about how much he's grown, and Vegeta's thinking to himself, like, you know, yes, even I've grown in power too. Maybe that's just, you know, the fan subs being a little odd, or they're talking about their techniques. Just, I think it's just something for people to keep in mind. It could have been something Vegeta didn't quite understand at the time. I don't know, when he was saying that they were at the limits, because it's only something he said, but I don't know.
It's like what Vegeta said, even the Cell arc, you know, what he was talking about, oh, I reached my limits in my base, and I hated myself, and through that self-hatred, I unlocked Super Saiyan. So even back then, he said he was at his limits, and obviously he got way more powerful since then in his base, to where he could curb stomp even Super Saiyan 3, or probably Gohan at that point, even maybe Wuhan. So the fact of the matter is, like, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's kind of contradictory to what happened with Dragon Ball before, you know, actually having any limit whatsoever, but I just like that. And honestly, I don't understand how Vegeta doesn't know Kaioken right now, since he trained with Goku for so long, or instant transmission.
Yeah, where'd Goku learn what he said? He was practicing Kaioken. Where did he do that in secrecy, where no one sensed him or heard him or anything? Vegeta would have noticed that.
And a lot of people will say, oh, you know, the Room of Spirit Time is infinitely vast, but actually that's only an American dub thing, because in the manga and in the Japanese, it specifically says it's the size of the Earth. And considering that Super Saiyan 3 Goku was felt literally in a realm outside the universe, in the Kaioshin realm, it makes no sense whatsoever that Vegeta wouldn't be able to sense this guy using that Kaioken that makes him stronger than anything ever when he's right next to him. Not to mention they were trained together the entire time, so it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that he didn't know.
Goku should have blown up the universe in the last episode, powering up, honestly.
I mean, seriously, considering just how much damage he and Beerus were doing when they were fighting. But, you know, if Beerus is, like, you know, was using 1% in that fight, I guess he could blow up 100 universes or something at this point.
Right.
But yeah, you know, I hope Vegeta learns Kaioken, or I hope that, you know, they should really just give everyone these kind of techniques and let the techniques at this point decide, except for Piccolo, because he'll just lose the, you know, Kaioken chopsticks anyway. They just need to give people, you know, an even playing field. And I feel like this could really do it if they actually do reach their limits. So that's something I'm looking forward to, but in general, I still don't think it makes a lot of sense that Goku hasn't surpassed Beerus or Whis or Champa or Vados yet, but I guess we're going to have to find out as this continues to go along.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys in the comments or viewing this video, but I can't make any sense of this, how Kaioken Goku would be weaker than Beerus. It just makes no sense. Again, maybe Toriyama is specifically talking about their normal vanilla Super Saiyan Blue forms. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so let us know your own thoughts or theories down below. What did you think of this video? Do you agree with our opinions on this? powers. Do you think that there is a kind of something we might have been missing to explain why they are still not as strong? Let us know down below. Also, don't forget to go check out that video that was on Josh's channel that we did talking about Hit's power, how it increases, and basically explaining how his power works in general at this point in time, which you'll be able to find that annotation and in the link in the description. And also, as I always say, stick around because there's a lot more to come in the future.
And you better subscribe!
I'll go do it now. Stop being a bitch.